I was sitting in my home office in North Vancouver, looking out at the mountains, when my accountant Jennifer called. It was a Tuesday morning, March 15th, 2024. The date is burned into my memory. "Robert," she said. Her voice was tight. "I need you to look at something. Right now." "What is it?" "There's a wire transfer. $340,000. It went out yesterday to an account in the Cayman Islands. I didn't authorize it. You didn't authorize it. But it has your digital signature." I froze. "That's impossible," I said. "I was at the cottage all weekend with Linda. I didn't make any transfers." "I know. That's why I'm calling." She paused. "Robert, there's more. This isn't the first one. I've been going through the records. There are 6 transfers over the past 4 months. Always when you're out of town. Always to the same offshore account. Total of $1.8 million. The room tilted. 38 years. I'd built Cascade Construction from nothing. Started with a single crew doing residential foundations. Now we had contracts across British Columbia. Government buildings, high-rises, bridges. $1.8 million. "Who has access to the accounts?" I asked. "You, me, and Marcus." Marcus, my business partner. My best friend since grade 3 at Ridgeview Elementary in Burnaby. We'd built this company together. He was at my wedding. I was at his. Our kids grew up together. Went to the same hockey games, same barbecues, same cottage trips to Whistler. "Don't tell anyone we had this conversation," I said. "Forward me everything. Every transfer, every document, every email. Use my personal Gmail, not the company email." "Already done. Check your inbox." I hung up. My hands were shaking. I wanted to call Marcus immediately. Drive to his house. Confront him. Demand answers. But something stopped me. A memory. 2 weeks ago. I'd come home early from a job site in Kelowna. The flight got canceled, so I drove through the night. Got home at 6 a.m. Linda's car was in the driveway. But there was another car too. A black BMW. Marcus's BMW. I'd walked in through the garage door. Quiet. The house was dark. I'd assumed he'd stopped by to drop something off. Work documents, maybe. We did that sometimes. But now, thinking back, something was wrong. His car was there at 6 a.m., and Linda hadn't mentioned it. I opened my laptop. Started going through the files Jennifer sent. The pattern was clear. Every transfer happened on a Thursday. Always between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Always when I was documented as being out of town. Job sites in Victoria. Meetings in Calgary. That trip to Toronto for the construction conference. I pulled up my calendar, cross-referenced the dates. March 3rd, Victoria job site inspection. $280,000 transferred. February 10th, Calgary supplier meeting. $310,000 transferred. January 20th, Toronto Construction Expo. $340,000 transferred. Someone was watching my schedule. Someone who knew exactly when I'd be gone. I opened a new document, titled it timeline.txt. Started writing everything down. Date, time, amount, my location. Who knew I'd be there? Then I thought about Linda. 35 years of marriage. We'd met at UBC. She was in arts. I was in engineering. Got married the summer after graduation. Built a life. 2 kids. Sarah was 32 now, living in Montreal. James was 29, working in Vancouver. Linda had been distant lately, I'd noticed. Thought it was just stress. Her mother had died 6 months ago. Grief took time. But now I thought about the small things, the way she'd started going to the gym 5 days a week. New clothes, new perfume, how she always had her phone face down on the table. I felt sick. I called Jennifer back. "I need you to do something for me," I said. Quietly. "Don't tell anyone." "What?" "Pull the security footage from the office. Every Thursday for the past 6 months. The hallway outside my office. The parking lot. Everything." "Why?" "Just do it. Send it to my personal email. Delete it from the company server afterwards." "Robert, what's going on?" "I'll tell you when I know. Right now, I need you to trust me." She agreed. I spent the next 3 hours going through financial records, bank statements, credit card bills, Linda's phone records. I had access through our family plan. There, February 10th, the day $310,000 was transferred. I was in Calgary. Linda's phone showed multiple calls to Marcus. Texts too. But they were deleted. Only the metadata remained. Timestamps. Call duration. Nothing else. But it was enough. February 10th, 2:47 p.m., call to Marcus. 8 minutes. February 10th, 2:58 p.m., call to Marcus. 3 minutes. February 10th, 3:15 p.m., transfer executed. I checked the other dates. Same pattern. Linda would call Marcus. Multiple times. Short calls. Then the transfer would go through. They were coordinating. The security footage arrived. I watched it in chronological order. January 20th, 2:30 p.m. Marcus enters my office. He's there for 40 minutes. Leaves carrying nothing. Just walks out. February 10th, same thing. He goes into my office, stays for 35 minutes, comes out. March 3rd. This time Linda is with him. They walk into my office together, stay for 25 minutes. When they leave, Linda touches his arm. He leans in, says something. She laughs. I watched that moment 3 times. The way she touched his arm, the way he looked at her, the casual intimacy. I knew. I closed my laptop, walked downstairs. Linda was in the kitchen, making dinner, humming to herself. Hey, honey, she said. How was your day? Fine, I said. Quiet. I'm making salmon. That okay? Perfect. I watched her. My wife of 35 years, the woman who'd stood beside me when we had nothing. When we were living in that tiny apartment in East Van, eating craft dinner and dreaming about the future, she looked happy, content, like everything was normal. I felt rage building, white hot. I wanted to scream, throw things, demand the truth. Instead, I smiled. Need any help? No, I'm good. Why don't you open some wine? I opened a bottle of Okanagan Pinot Noir, poured 2 glasses. We ate dinner, talked about nothing. She told me about her yoga class, about a friend's daughter who just had a baby, asked about work. It's going well, I said. Actually, I might need to go to Edmonton next week. Big contract opportunity, probably Thursday and Friday. I watched her face, saw the flicker, interest, calculation. That's great, she said. You should go. I'll be fine here. Yeah? I said. I think I will. After dinner, I went to my office, closed the door, made a list. Step 1. Document everything. Step 2. Secure the company accounts. Step 3. Find a lawyer. Step 4. Find out where the money went. Step 5. Get it back. I called my daughter Sarah in Montreal. Didn't tell her why. Just asked if she could recommend a lawyer. She was a lawyer herself. Corporate law. She gave me 3 names. All in Vancouver. All discreet. I called the first one the next morning. Derek Chen. Specialist in business fraud and divorce. His assistant said he could see me that afternoon. His office was downtown. Glass tower overlooking Cole Harbor. 23rd floor. I told him everything. Showed him the documents. The bank records. The security footage. He listened. Made notes. Didn't interrupt. When I finished, he leaned back in his chair. First, he said, we need to freeze those accounts. Today, if they've taken $1.8 million, they'll take more. Hell. I'll file an emergency injunction. We'll get a court order by end of business. They won't be able to touch any company money. What about the offshore account? Harder, but not impossible. Cayman Islands has treaties with Canada. If we can prove fraud, we can get the money back. It takes time. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year, but it's doable. And the personal side? Your wife? Yes. That's separate. We'll need a different lawyer for the divorce. But everything we're gathering now will help, especially if we can prove she was involved in the theft. She was calling him every time, right before the transfers. That's conspiracy. That's criminal. She could go to jail. I thought about that. Linda in jail. The mother of my children. What do you want, Robert? Derek asked. Revenge or your money back? Both, I said. He smiled. Then let's get to work. We spent 3 hours going through everything, building a case. By 4 p.m., Derek had filed the injunction. By 5 p.m., we had a court date, Monday morning, 3 days away. Don't tip them off, Derek said. Act normal. Let them think everything is fine. We want them relaxed when we hit them Monday. I went home. Linda was watching TV. Some show about renovating houses. The irony wasn't lost on me. How was your day? She asked. Good. Productive. I sat down next to her. I booked the Edmonton trip, leaving Thursday morning. Her eyes lit up. Just for a second. Then she controlled it. Okay, she said. How long? Just 2 nights. Back Saturday. Sounds good. That night, lying in bed next to her, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the timeline. When did it start? When did Marcus become more than my business partner? When did my wife become a thief? I thought about warning signs I'd missed, times they'd been together, alone, business dinners where I'd had to cancel. That weekend last summer when I'd gone fishing with James and Linda said she was visiting her sister in Kamloops. Had she been with Marcus? How long? Friday morning, I went to the office early. Marcus was already there. He waved when I walked past his office. Big smile. Robert, good to see you. How's the Edmonton deal looking? Promising, I said. Should be good. Excellent. Hey, I need to talk to you about the Port Coquitlam project. You got a few minutes? Sure. We sat in his office. He talked about timelines, budgets, contractors, normal stuff. The whole time, I watched him. This man I'd known for 57 years, who taught me to ride a bike, who was my best man, who held my hand at my father's funeral. He was stealing from me, sleeping with my wife, planning to destroy everything we'd built. And he sat there, smiling, joking, like nothing was wrong. Sounds good, I said when he finished. Let's move forward with it. Great. Hey, you want to grab lunch? That new faux place on Lonsdale? Can't. Busy day. Maybe next week. Sure thing. I went back to my office, closed the door, sat at my desk. The rage was back, but underneath it, something colder, harder. Patience. Strategy. Derek had said not to tip them off. So I wouldn't. I'd play the game, let them think they'd won. Monday morning came. I dressed carefully. Suit and tie. Linda asked why I was so dressed up. Meeting with the bank, I lied. Big loan discussion. Oh, good luck. Thanks. I kissed her goodbye. Felt nothing. The courthouse was downtown. Old building. Stone steps. Derek met me outside. Ready? He asked. Yes. We went in. Second floor. Courtroom 203. The judge was already there. A woman. Late 50s. Sharp eyes. Derek presented our case. Showed the evidence. Bank records. Security footage. Phone records. The pattern of theft. The judge listened. Asked questions. Derek answered. After 40 minutes, she made her ruling. Injunction granted. All company accounts are frozen effective immediately. Mr. Marcus Chen is barred from accessing any company funds pending criminal investigation. The RCMP will be notified. Just like that. Done. Derek and I walked out. Now what? I asked. Now we wait. They'll find out within the hour. The bank will notify them. Then things get interesting. He was right. My phone rang at T. Für AM. Marcus. Robert, what the hell? I just got a call from the bank. The accounts are frozen? What's going on? I don't know. I lied. I just heard too. Something about fraud investigation. Fraud? That's insane. We need to go down there. Sort this out. I'm actually in a meeting. Can it wait until this afternoon? No. This is urgent. We can't operate without access to the accounts. Payroll is Friday. We have contractors to pay. Suppliers. This is a disaster. I'll meet you at the bank at 2 p.m., I said. We'll figure it out. He hung up. Linda called 30 seconds later. Robert? Marcus just called me. He's freaking out. Something about the bank accounts? Yeah, I heard. Some kind of fraud alert. I'm dealing with it. Is everything okay? Should be fine. Just a misunderstanding, probably. Okay. Let me know if you need anything. I will. I hung up, texted Derek. They know. He texted back. Good. See you at 2. At 2 p.m. I walked into the bank. TD Canada Trust on West Georgia. Marcus was already there, pacing, red-faced. Robert, finally. What is happening? The bank manager came out. A woman named Patricia. She'd been our account manager for 15 years. Gentlemen, she said, please come to my office. We followed her. She closed the door. I'll be direct, Patricia said. We received a court order this morning. There's been an investigation into unauthorized transfers from your company accounts. The court has frozen all accounts pending the outcome. What investigation? Marcus demanded. This is the first we're hearing about it. Actually, I said, it's the first you're hearing about it. He looked at me. What? I filed the injunction, Marcus. Because I know what you've been doing. His face went white. I don't know what you're talking about. I pulled out my phone, opened the folder, showed him the bank records. $1.8 million. 6 transfers, all to an offshore account, all when I was out of town, all executed using my digital signature. I looked at him, all coordinated with calls from Linda. He stared at the screen, mouth opening, closing. Robert, I can explain. No, you can't. I stood up. You're done. The company is mine. The accounts are frozen. The RCMP has been notified. If you're lucky, you'll only lose everything. If you're not, you'll go to jail. We were partners. We were. Until you decided to steal from me. Until you decided to sleep with my wife. His eyes widened. It's not we didn't. Save it. I have security footage. Phone records. Everything. I walked out. Left him sitting there. Patricia looked uncomfortable. For what it's worth, she said quietly as I passed. I'm sorry, Robert. Thank you. I drove home. Linda was in the living room, on her phone. She looked up when I walked in. Hey, how did it go with the bank? It went fine. Marcus called me. He sounded really upset. Said you accused him of stealing? I did. She frowned. What? Why would you say that? Because he was stealing. $1.8 million. Over 4 months. I sat down across from her. And you helped him. The color drained from her face. That's ridiculous. I would never... Linda, stop. I pulled out my phone, showed her the call records, every transfer. You called him, multiple times, right before the money moved. You were coordinating. She stared at the screen. How long? I asked. Robert, how long have you been sleeping with him? Silence. 2 years, she finally said. It started 2 years ago. 2 years. I felt something break inside me. Not my heart. That had already broken. Something deeper. The foundation of everything I'd believed about my life. Why? She looked at me. Really looked at me. Because you were never here. You were always working. Always at some job site. Always building. I was lonely. So you slept with my best friend and helped him steal from me? The money was his idea. I told him not to. But he said we needed it, that we were going to leave. Start over somewhere warm. The Bahamas, Mexico. He had it all planned. We? Yes, we were going to leave together. After he got enough money, I laughed. Couldn't help it. Bitter, harsh. You're 60 years old, Linda. He's 63. You really thought you were going to run away together? Start over? Like some romance novel? I love him. You don't love him. You love the idea of him, the excitement, the affair. But real life isn't romantic. It's work. It's commitment. It's staying even when things are hard. Like you would know. You were married to your company, not to me. She was right. Part of me knew she was right. I had worked too much. Missed too many dinners. Too many birthdays. Too many moments. But I'd done it for us. For our family. For the life we built. Get out, I said. What? Pack a bag. Go to a hotel. Go to Marcus's place. I don't care. But you're not staying here tonight. Robert, we need to talk about this. No, we don't. My lawyer will contact you tomorrow. We'll figure out the divorce, the house, everything. But right now, I want you gone. She stood up, started to say something. Stopped, went upstairs. I heard her moving around, opening drawers, closing them. 20 minutes later, she came down with a suitcase. I'm sorry, she said at the door. So am I. She left. I sat in the empty house, our house, the one we'd bought 30 years ago, raised our kids in, celebrated anniversaries in, hosted Christmas in. It was just a house now. I called Sarah. Dad, what's wrong? You sound weird. Your mother and I are getting divorced. Silence. What happened? I told her. Everything. She listened. When I finished, she was crying. I'm coming home, she said. I'll get a flight tomorrow. You don't have to. I'm coming. She hung up. I called James. Told him too. He swore. Lot of colorful language. Then said he'd drive up from Seattle where he was on a work trip. Dad, are you okay? I will be. The next 6 weeks were brutal. Marcus tried to fight the injunction. Failed. The forensic accountants found more transfers, smaller ones, dating back almost 3 years. Total theft was closer to $2.4 million. The RCMP charged him. Wire fraud, theft, forgery. His lawyer was expensive. Didn't matter. The evidence was overwhelming. Linda filed for divorce. Asked for half of everything. The house, the business, the retirement accounts. My lawyer buried her. Showed the court her involvement. The phone records, the coordination, her affair with Marcus. In Canada, you don't get rewarded for helping steal from your spouse. The judge ruled in my favor. Linda got her personal retirement account. That was it. I kept the house, the business, everything else. Marcus's trial was set for October, 8 months away. His lawyer tried to negotiate a plea deal. My lawyer pushed for maximum sentence, 10 years for fraud, asset seizure to repay what he stole. The offshore account was frozen. The Cayman Islands cooperated. Took 4 months, but we got the money back. Most of it, some fees, some losses, but $2.1 million returned. By June, I had my company back, my money back, my life back. But I didn't have my friend. I didn't have my wife. Sarah stayed for 3 weeks, helped me sort through everything, packed up Linda's things, shipped them to her new apartment, helped me repaint the bedroom, new color, new start. You gonna be okay, Dad? She asked before flying back to Montreal. Yeah, I think so. It's okay to be sad. Even after everything, you lost a lot. I know. She hugged me. Call me every day, even if it's just to say hi. I will. James visited twice. Brought his girlfriend, nice woman, Rachel, teacher. They sat with me. Watched hockey, Canucks versus Oilers. We ate pizza, drank beer. Didn't talk about Linda or Marcus. It was good. By August, I'd sold Marcus's share of the company. Brought in a new partner. Young guy, 35. Good head for business. Fresh ideas. We landed 3 new contracts. Biggest year the company ever had. I hired Jennifer as CFO. She'd saved everything. Caught the theft. Stayed loyal. She deserved it. I started going to therapy. Twice a week. Talked about the betrayal. The anger. The grief. My therapist said I was doing well. Processing. Healing. I didn't feel healed, but I felt better. September came. Leaves turned. Fall in Vancouver. Beautiful. I took a week off. Drove up to Whistler, rented a cabin, hiked, read, sat by the lake, thought about everything. Linda sent me a letter, long, apologetic. Said she understood if I couldn't forgive her. Said she was sorry. Said she'd made terrible choices. Said she hoped someday we could talk. I read it once. Put it in a drawer. Maybe someday I'd respond. Not yet. Marcus sent nothing. I heard he'd taken a plea deal. 7 years. Asset seizure. Bankruptcy. His wife divorced him. Took the kids. He'd lost everything. Good. October arrived. The trial was postponed. Some legal technicality. New date set for January. I didn't care anymore. It was done. He was done. Moving forward. I started dating, tentatively. Jennifer set me up with her sister. Nice woman, divorced, 2 adult kids. We went for dinner, talked, laughed. It was pleasant. We went out again, and again. By November, we were seeing each other regularly. Nothing serious, just company. Someone to share meals with, someone to talk to. Her name was Carol. She was a nurse, worked at Vancouver General, had kind eyes. Didn't ask too many questions about Linda, just listened when I needed to talk. Christmas came. Sarah and James both came home. Brought Rachel. We had dinner, turkey, all the fixings, open presents, played games. It felt normal. Different, but normal. You seem good, Dad, Sarah said on Christmas night. We were sitting by the fire. Everyone else had gone to bed. I am good. Really? Really. What they did hurt. Still hurts. But I'm not going to let it define me. I built a good life, a good business, raised good kids. That's what matters. She smiled. I'm proud of you. Thanks, sweetheart. In January, Marcus was sentenced. 7 years. Federal prison. Ordered to pay full restitution. His appeals were denied. I didn't go to the sentencing. Didn't need to. It was over. Linda reached out again. Asked if we could meet for coffee. Talk. I thought about it. Asked my therapist. Do you want to? She asked. Part of me does. Part of me wants to understand why she did it. If she ever really loved me. And the other part? The other part doesn't care. Wants to move on. Leave it in the past. What do you think the right choice is? I thought about it. Really thought. Moving on, I said finally. I don't need her explanation. I don't need closure from her. I've found my own closure. I texted Linda, declined the meeting. Wished her well, blocked her number. February marked 1 year since Jennifer's call. 1 year since everything changed. I took stock. The company was thriving. My kids were happy. I had a good woman in my life. Friends, health, purpose. I'd lost my wife, my best friend, my sense of security. But I'd gained something too. Clarity, strength, the knowledge that I could survive betrayal, that I could rebuild. I stood on my deck, looking out at the mountains. Same view as a year ago, same house, same city. But I was different, stronger, wiser, more careful, but also more open, more present, more grateful for what I had. The past year had taught me something. People can surprise you. For better or worse, the person you trust most can betray you. The life you built can fall apart. But you can rebuild, you can survive, you can even thrive. I thought about calling Marcus, telling him I forgave him. Some dramatic moment of closure. But I didn't forgive him. Maybe someday. Not yet. And that was okay. Forgiveness wasn't required for moving forward. Understanding wasn't required. Closure from them wasn't required. I closed that chapter. Started a new one. That was enough. I went inside. Carol was coming over for dinner. I'd promised to make my famous cedar plank salmon. She was bringing wine. We'd watch a movie, talk, enjoy the evening. Simple, normal, good. That night, lying in bed, I thought about the man I was a year ago. Naive, trusting, comfortable. I missed that man, his innocence, his belief that the people he loved would never hurt him. But I didn't want to be him again. I'd rather be the man I was now. Eyes open, heart protected, but still willing to trust, still willing to build, still willing to love. Just more carefully. The phone call from Jennifer, the discovery, the betrayal, the loss. It had broken me, but it had also remade me. And the man I became was someone I could respect, someone I could be proud of. I fell asleep, dreamless, peaceful. The next morning I woke up early, made coffee, watched the sunrise over the mountains. A new day, a new beginning. I smiled. Life goes on. And so did I.